Have a great show, everybody. Hello to the world. Say hello to the world. We're on.
Hello, world.
Hello,
Hello, world.
With 30 seconds to spare, I might add. Now we have our wonderful tech host, our associate producer Amanda, right here. She's going to help us out with all the crazy, chaotic stuff that we have going on. We also have Mr. Mike, and we're trying to get him going here. Just so you know, he's around, but he's kind of in and out. So we'll let him kind of splash in and out as he does.
I live in a phased world. Phased, that's what it is. Flip Zellman knows all about phasing.
I do, positive and negative.
All right, we're going to start the show.
We're back. The Ultimate VO Survivor, Take 2. 1,823 auditions. And over 15,000 votes. A virtual reality series that celebrates the world of voice actors. We will sweat, howl, bleed, spew, fart, seduce, make you laugh, cry, and beg for more. This is one show you don't want to miss. Episode 1, Commercial, Promo, November 3rd. Episode 2, Narration, November 10th. Episode 3, Animation, Gaming, November 17th. Don't miss our grand finale, November 24th, as we crown our Ultimate VO Survivor champions. Look at our incredible lineup of sponsors. Congratulations to our top contestants who've made the live shows. Who will be the next Ultimate VO Survivor, Take 2.
And Mr. Mike, sorry about that.
I didn't have any audio, so I'm already off to a technical bad start.
Yeah, we're there. Stephen Bones, you need to go into the green room, my friend. All right, let's do it, Mr. Mike. We're on.
What's my first line, Deborah, so I don't mess it up because I couldn't hear the trailer?
Holy snaps, Batman.
That is me. It is me.
That's you.
Here we go. Holy snap! Let the fun begin. Facebook Live, the portal, or through the Get Mike website. We're coming at you in 3D, live, spontaneous colors. Holla! Welcome one and all to the all hair-raising, tongue-wagging, hand-wringing excitement of the Ultimate VO Survivor, Take 2. A phenomenal journey through the many tantalizing genres of voiceover and the daring feats of magic displayed by a series of talented soldiers of the words as they battle to win while astounding audiences worldwide with their incredible vocal abilities, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Welcome everyone at home who has come to cheer on the alchemists, creators, and muses who will sweat, holler, gush, and guffaw while singing, farting, hissing. Did you guys write farting? Oh my goodness. Okay, leaping, compressing, yodeling, gurgling, chuckling, cuckling, and whatever you have to do. You name it, all in an effort to secure an ultimate place at the top of the competition ladder and walk away crowned the Ultimate VO Survivor. Thank you. And how can we forget the Ultimate Master, your hostess with the mostest? Did you guys mean that for me? Seriously? It's probably those fishnets I've been wearing. The Twinkie me, Mr. Mike, who promises to keep an eye on the clock and keep that bouncing ball rolling and things creatively hopping, boom, 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 through an evening of wild and wondrous entertainment as you escape into the magical realm of voiceover. Remember, folks, tune in every Wednesday night in November for the sheer fun of it. It takes a village. And remember, there is no I in team, but there is an I in Mr. Mike. And finally, a huge shout out to everyone who has joyously participated with over 1,823 auditions. Say it with me, 1,823 submitted. And 100,000 views, affording 37 glorious contestants, I've sort of met them all, to play in 3 spectacular voice categories to take home thousands of dollars in ultimate prizes.
So, without further ado...
Sorry, that was a slip. So, without further ado, what you've all been waiting for, the Ultimate VO Survivor Take 2, Round 1 category, Commercial Promo. Oh, prepare your engines for a voice-only round of auditions offering an awesome array of color and delight. Our judges will then share a quick critique, comment on each audition, offering round one only, not round two. So stay focused on the nuggets they give. Get it? Focus, nuggets. And I'm not talking chicken. The judges have only 1 minute to critique, and a buzzer will be employed. Can I hear that buzzer?
Woo!
That was a horrible buzzer.
I think you were the buzzer, Mr. Mike.
No, I had one, but it fell off the damn page. Anyway. The judges will be listening to your slates, creatives, so don't forget to state your name and have some fun. Your creativity, how you connect to the script and the character, your vocal variety, your overall performance, and how much fun you're having in both commercial and promo. So, let's get this party started and meet your incredible panel of judges and your hard-working Get Mike team. They're all crazy, aren't they? Now it's time to introduce them. First up, a 38-time Voice Arts Award winner, the voice of thousands of commercials who is heard across the USA every day, and a man wanted for the cold-blooded murder of tens of thousands of lobsters. Pass the butter, please. And please welcome our gold sponsor and master of all things voice, J. Michael Collins!
JMC!
Hey, welcome. Glad to be here. Applause. It's beautiful, J. Michael. Next, he's an Emmy-winning audio engineer, producer, arranger, and musician with over 4 decades behind the board, and I'm not talking B-O-R-E-D, recording and producing just about anything and everything audio around the world. A 7-time Sovis nominee, 25 years as director of audio production for Radio Vision Advertising, and owner of Amazing Demos, producing world-class voiceover demos for the professional voiceover industry. It's a well-established fact that he has no life outside of his state-of-the-art home studio, and he's okay with that because he's Cliff Zellman!
Thank you, Mr. Mike and Deb and Elley Ray, and great to see you, J. Michael. Man, I am so hyped for this. I haven't slept in 2 days, but that's okay because I'm on my 12th cup of coffee. I am ready.
Woo!
This is going to be something.
Thank you. Thank you, Cliff. And of course, it's time to meet our creators of the ultimate VO survivor. Take 2. It's the dynamic diva duo with sass, class, and a nice pair of pizzazz. Get Mike founders, Deb Munro and Elley Ray. Now let me break it down to you. Deb Munro Nordine, over 30 years of experience as a voice talent, working from the comfort of home in her PJs, and I've seen other things too. Deb is an award-winning powerhouse of energy, talent, and drive all rolled into one. Time efficiency is her middle name, so she will get right to the point with a slightly comedic approach. Sure to entertain and educate. Passion plus, Deb loves what she does, and it shows. Thank you, Deb. Hello, Deb.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in and celebrating as storytellers. Thank you all.
And God knows I've been in love with this person for years and years and years. As an actor, Elley Ray, the voice oracle, with an O, this mistress of mirth and madness has been wowing the masses for an award-winning 44 years in film, television, stage, radio, internet, and so much more, with her special brand of joie de vivre and ever-loved bon vivant, honored Doctor of Laws, actor, writer, director, teacher, illustrator, and wizardess of all things creative. This unicorn with that one sticky horn, Queen, gives with all of her guts. She is Elley Ray!
Elley!
Let's get it started. So excited, ladies and gentlemen, at home and everywhere else. I give a thank you and a big shout out to everybody in the entire team here tonight that's here to just raise the bar and get you guys inspired. So let's get it on.
Right on. And if I say your name wrong, I apologize ahead of time. But tonight, pulling strings and mastering all things tech, media, digital, brain-bending, and wondrous is our amazing VA team. Let's meet Amanda Brandt.
Thank you, everyone. Nice meeting you. Woo! It's awesome.
A shout out to Megan Humans.
Woo!
Anna Luttrell.
Ow!
Hold on, Mr. Mike. I'm trying to tweet this. Hi. Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay, they're all here. They're all here. Anna, yeah, thank you, Megan. Anna Luttrell.
Anna, yeah.
Hey, that's me. Wait, what?
I know, that is you. And, of course, my friend in crime, Earl Fisher. Woo! Don't forget Sam Swain.
Yeah, out there in the green room.
Commercials.
Storm Waters.
Yes, Storm.
And right to Giuliano Cinelli Venditti.
Giuliano, man.
Yes, sir. Giuliano Cinelli Venditti, okay?
Don't forget Colin Doyle. And the
Colin, my assistant, yes.
and the illustrious John Harris.
My assistant, yeah.
There we go. And it's time to fasten your parachutes, everyone, because things are about to get windy. Woo! That wasn't me.
My hair hasn't moved at all.
It hasn't? This one's for you.
Sounds like my dog.
Yeah, that
All
would
right,
be the sound effect.
it didn't work that good. Okay, let's get to it. Our first contestant in the
Well,
commercial.
before we get to the contestants, though, let's just show our commercial compilation for everybody, and then we'll introduce that first contestant. Here we go.
It's the start of a new day.
At a company that's always looking ahead.
Breaking new grounds.
Digging deeper.
Going farther.
Reaching higher.
Reaching higher.
Reaching higher.
Defining definition.
While redefining ourselves.
Today, like every day.
We push the boundaries even further.
Even further.
Even further.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Awesome. Sorry. I should say, let's get that commercial script up there. Sorry about that, Amanda. I'll let you take over. My bad. All right. Mr. Mike, you're on. You can introduce our first contestant.
All right, from a zip-lining Santa last year to splashing in the pool, let's welcome first to the virtual stage, Memo Sauceda.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Memo Sauceda.
Memo Sauceda.
I'm originally from Mexico, but living in Miami since 1997, and happy to be here.
Now, the audience missed some of that memo just because we had a little intro for you that you guys aren't hearing in the Zoom room. So just so everybody knows, in the Zoom room, there's stuff going on outside that you guys aren't seeing. So reintroduce yourself there, Memo. Sorry about that.
Decía que soy Memo Sauceda y ahora lo voy a hacer en inglés. Hi, I am Memo Sauceda. I'm originally from Monterrey, Mexico, but I have been living in Miami since 1997. Happy to be here.
Awesome.
Welcome.
All right, let's get your script on.
Perfect. I'll do script option number 2.
Oh, let's get that on for you there, sure.
Ready when you are.
You can't see it on the screen?
No, but I have it here in front of me.
Okay, yeah, so you go right ahead. Sorry, thank you.
See, I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment foe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly.
And let's show that, man. There's Memo. Ow. Hey, Memo.
Hey, how are you?
Gracias, mi amigo.
De nada.
All right, so we're going to have our judges go in this order. JMC, Cliff Zellman, Deb Munro, Elley Ray. Let's hit it.
Well, Memo, my favorite part of that is that you managed to navigate the dangerous commitment Phoebe typo in here and actually found that it was commitment phobe, so I'm impressed to begin with. We're going to find a commitment Phoebe at some point, but in any case, I love your energy, man. I love your personality. You're a lot of fun. You clearly want to come and play, and that's great. If we're going to do another pass at some point, I'd love to hear you kind of come back down to earth a little bit and be a bit more real and authentic. I think it's trying a little bit too hard for this piece of copy. And, you know, in today's marketplace, commercial is so much about keeping it real and just being authentic and being your natural self. So this isn't a cartoon. It's not an animation. I think we just need to bring it back down to earth and be a bit more conversational and chill. That would be my takeaway.
Cliff?
You know, I agree with J. Michael. I love the energy. I love that you're stretching and you're trying a bunch of different things that may have been best off mic. Maybe recording yourself and seeing, you know, wow, this is fun. You know, I can add humor to this. And then, you know, kind of rein it in a little bit. Remember, most spots, we only got 30 seconds. People have limited attention span. So, you know, having a confident flow through your read. But I love that you know, you're nuts. You know, and that's cool. You are nuts, not you're nuts.
You fit in here well. That's the point.
You fit in very, very well. But you know, as JMC said, you know, this is definitely fun, and we're definitely stretching. But let's just respect the script just a little bit more. You know, the audition process of going in, and this is what your spot could sound like if you have a talent like me reading it. So all of that energy, all of that fun, all of the glee of the freedom and everything that goes with it, it was definitely there. Let's bring it down so we can all kind of relate to it.
Deb?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Memo. I remember you from last year as well. You submitted Santa ziplining over a pool, and it was just so incredibly creative and fun. And this year, everybody needs to watch your audition. It was just beautiful. You went up a slide, you slid down the slide. You're very playful, you're very creative, therefore you're very theatrical. So that becomes the big. And theatrical is great, but in the commercial world, it is more real. You're going to hear that from all the judges. So we want you to still create like you are, but there's a more subtle way. It's almost like you're a big personality like me, and in order for me to do less, it feels uncomfortable. But just trust that you have a lot of creativity in you, and it'll shine. But don't feel you have to force it out. But I think also having the mistake there, you know, you get out of yourself, but I'm really proud of you for not. I thought you just really, you know, kept going, and I love that. I love seeing how we make mistakes in voiceover, because that's really what it's about, not about if we do, but if you have a moment and how you just play into that. So keep it nice and natural, and think of that in your next read when you do the promo.
And yeah, I agree 100% with everybody that it's just gone ahead, and theatricality is where we come from, and I am a theatrical person at best, but we have to remember our audience, and we can't overwhelm our audience with show. And so secret, thought to self, sing song, vocal laughs, vocal assists, those things are all great, but I feel they need to be incorporated and spoken with an audience, not at an audience. And I feel there was a little bit of atting at there a bit, Memo. And so if you just, like in your introduction to yourself, speaking to us in Spanish, there was a very wonderful, playful sense to it. And it didn't require all of the affectings, because that's what invites us towards you rather than pushes us away from you as you deliver some great, playful, shocking, affecting sounds. And I think that just sit with where you were when you spoke to us on your introduction, and that's exactly where you are. The play is there. You don't have to add to it. It's already in your personality, because it's so beautifully, beautifully playful and theatrical.
Thank you, Memo.
Thanks, Memo.
Thank you.
He'll be back in the room, I'm sure.
Next up, Rory Barnett. Rory Barnett.
Hi, Rory.
Rory.
Hey, Rory, which commercial did you choose? Number 1 or 2?
Script option 1.
1 it is. Awesome. Okay. Hopefully you're able to follow it on the screen, because you guys won't be able to see it in the Zoom room. But out there in TV land, they can see the screen or the script as well.
Okay. Luxury. Well, it has no postcode. It has no logo, brand, or mark. It's not launched on runways or made of precious metals. Luxury it's a state of mind. It's a verb, the way you live. And you can find it in any moment, if you know where to look. Because luxury is where you are.
Okay, Michael?
J. Michael, you're up.
He's frozen.
Uh-oh. J.
Frozen.
Michael's frozen. There he is.
Speechless.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, you froze on me. That was strange.
Welcome to the virtual land.
Rory, so I love your sound. You've got the perfect voice for luxury reads. You're warm. You've got presence. You're very, very substantial. Of course, the British doesn't hurt. Back in the day when we used to go into agents' offices and casting directors' offices to audition, if I walked in and half the room was British, I would walk out because I knew that they were going to hire a British guy. So I love that sound. It registers very well. I like the fact you took a couple of chances with ad-libs. I think you landed them. It can be a dangerous thing to do, but if it's done well, it works. And I don't think you went to the mill or to the well, I should say, too often. I think you had two small ones in there, and they were both executed pretty well. It's on point for what's in the copy. I like your read a lot, man.
Thank you.
I agree with you, Michael. I think a beautiful voice. Whatever mic you're using, you've done your homework. Sounds good. Very clear. A lot of times, sometimes. At least to my Texas ear, sometimes British enunciation get a little bit slurred here and there, although I think you had no problem with that. My one criticism would be to try to keep your sentences a little more fluid. These pregnant pauses between words such as luxury is, beat, 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 a state of mind, a couple of real spaces that I could drive a truck through. I've always been of the mind that once you start a sentence, and I'm not saying to rush through it, but once you start a sentence, you're confident, you're fluid through the entire sentence. Let the listener follow. Let the listener know what you're saying without having to stop and break. Sometimes breaks will indicate one of three things, in my opinion. One of them is trying to make the read more dramatic, making your read bigger than the words on the paper. It's also a chance for a voice actor to kind of stop and refresh, let their eyes catch up with their mouth, or vice versa, which shouldn't happen, or you're reading. So any of those three might get you onto the left-hand pile. You want to be on the right-hand pile. But I would say solid 85, 90%. I love listening to it, and I thought it was terrific.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you.
Interesting. I see sentence structure a little differently. So I actually like breaking it up because I don't like following the punctuation. So I don't, and I actually didn't really get that as much for me out of your delivery, but I love hearing the differences of how we see things. It's awesome. Anyway, I think it's about billboarding more so. And I think you have a beautiful storyteller in you. However, it's fluid. It's really fluid, almost consistently fluid. So you have beautiful little natural moments which are my favorite about you, but you have this sense of I want you to read me a story. And so there's a bit of magic in that, but I think sometimes that takes away from some of the natural nuances that I think you could go in and out of. So I'd love to hear you more in and out of what I think is a bit airy. You have an airiness, and I love an airy quality, but going in and out of that a little bit would add a little bit more variety for me that I would like to hear, just get you in even that much more of a natural pocket, because you do read naturally. I'm not suggesting that you don't, but you have a very airy kind of quality, and that kind of, it keeps you in storyteller land, and mixing it up is always good too in the commercial world, I think.
Okay.
And got the buzzer right there. I think that you've got Rory, a beautiful storyteller, in you as well. I find the prepositions will screw you up, and you look at the preposition, and I see where Cliff is. The pauses, it's not so much that you pause, is that you actually use your speed. So when you get to a preposition, because luxury is, and we do, it's not that you take a big pause to hit the preposition, but you know you're going to have a switch up at the preposition. I found your voice very luxurious, but I thought, as Deb was saying, to stay away from that sort of seductive guardian-esque, sort of ethereal guardian voice, which I love. But you could set it up with your once upon a time at the end where you go luxury. And then you come to the end, as in all story, there's a once upon a time and the end, and then you go because luxury. And you can bring your guardian in on luxury. And I think it'll cover what all of the judges have just said so that you get that luxury tone that we're all loving. It's not played consistently, pausing on a breath of air through the whole thing, and it'll give you a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rory.
Good job, Rory.
Woo. Go, Rory.
All right. Do we have Laura K. Welsh on deck?
Where's Laura? Are you there, Laura?
Apologize.
Yay, just a moment, Laura.
Laura K. Welsh. Okay, in the interim, I'll just do a little song and dance here with Elley Ray. And
What commercial did you choose, Laura?
I got very excited because we were doing a song and dance routine.
we were.
Laura,
I'll
which
bet her.
Where's Laura?
She's not in yet.
Oh, there she is. Can someone let her in the room there?
We're doing a song and dance routine to cover for her.
Exactly. This is it.
Okay, yeah,
Round
there
of
we
Rock
go.
Lobster,
Now
or-
we got her. Which script did you choose, Laura?
Oh, hi. I'm sorry, I was still setting up the phone. I am here. Hi, I chose the second script.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Sorry, we had a little entrance issue there, so nice to see you.
Oh, I'm glad. And yes, I'm glad to be here. There were technical difficulties, as you can expect when you're traveling. So this is, it's par for the course for me. Just getting the jitters out of the way.
Have fun, girl.
Yeah.
So do I slate and then just start, or how are we doing
Yes,
this?
please. We've been missing the slates, actually. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, I'm Laura Welsh. I live in Temecula, California. I moved out in 2017 from Atlanta, Georgia, so it was a very long trek over. I decided in 2020, when all this shenanigans was going down, that I wanted to really double down on my education for voiceover, and so started taking lots of classes and really committing to the community. And I'm part of the Bloomvox online Discord community, which is where I get all my practicing in and get to participate with a lot of friends. So that's actually where I found out about this.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I'm happy to be here. Thank you all.
We're happy to have you.
Subscriptions, contracts. Look, I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
J. Michael?
So, I love your sound. You've got a really nice voice. You've got presence, you've got substance, and you know your way around a piece of copy. You had one little misread in there. You said I pay as you go instead of I pay as I go, but not a big deal for a first pass.
Well, it's
that's what
technically
my
not a
copy said.
misread. Actually, there was 2 scripts, so just fair for her. We sent out 2 scripts. It was actually intentional for that part of it. But then Cliff thought it was a mistake, so then we changed it. But it really wasn't, right? Correct, Elley? It was meant to be that way.
Not important.
Of course.
Sorry for the contention.
Read wise, you again. I go back to it's 2021. The market for commercial today is less is more, especially if it's on the conversational side. There's not a lot of humor in this. There's not a lot of play in this script. So the opportunity to make big choices is limited. There are opportunities for maybe little authenticity, ad libs in here, a stammer, a stutter, a moment where I hear the character think that makes it less perfect. But I found you very presentational. I found you fairly big for where the market is today. And I would probably pull it back quite a bit. And just try and be, again, you're going to hear me say this a lot with commercial reads, just try and be real. What buyers are looking for today is something that connects with the 18 to 34 generation that most of them are trying to target, which is a generation that does not react well to anything that sounds deliberate, intentional, too polished, too perfect, or too like a voice-over artist and not like a human being talking to them. So I would just less is more on this, okay?
Thank you. Of course. Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, again, I'm in agreement with J. Michael. Love the voice, and I loved your character, and I heard a couple little cracks there, and which I happen to love myself. I think that in general, and hopefully the directors watching this and on the panel here with me, we would always prefer to pull you back than push you out, you know, to try to rein you in a little bit. As J. Michael said, there's really not a whole lot of humor here, but there is a lot of reveal, talking about yourself. You say, I pay as I go, which is specific to you and how you go. No strings attached, fits your lifestyle perfectly. Maybe a little bit more ownership. But other than that, I thought it was fun, and I think it would be fun to direct you. But really, 2021, authenticity, ownership of the copy, and my pretty much rule straight across the board is never make you read bigger than the words that are on the paper. You know, that determines where to go.
I have a bad feeling I'm on track to be the Simon Cowell of this group.
Not at all. Actually, I agree with. I think all of us are going to agree with both of you.
Oh, you think
It was valid. It was very valid. You would definitely had a valid point. Thank you.
I think I agree with both of you, and in fact, Cliff, especially the beginning parts of what you were saying is exactly what I would have said. You have a beautiful hug and warmth in your voice. It's very approachable, very bright. I think you're just billboarding, what I consider billboarding, which is just trying to show your stuff. And so what happens is when we're showing our stuff, because I'm kind of the same way. I like to show. Let's perform. Let's have fun. So less is more is very difficult for me too, because I feel like I'm never doing enough. But I think I'd give you the same comment, which I gave Memo. Trust that you actually do give a lot. You have a lot of vocal variety in you. You're giving us nice naturalness. So now just trust that and try it with your shoulders shrugged. Just, it's this and this, and just throw it away, because that's kind of what I have to do to make it happen. Otherwise, I'm going to go a little too bright, which I like all the little nuances you gave. I might just tone them down. I felt the same way.
Thank you.
Elley.
That'd be me. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
The personality charming. I sensed nerves, to be quite honest with you, because I heard your audition in the first go round. There's a relax that happens when you're speaking to someone 7 inches from your mouth that you're intimate with. And there is a comedian in here who's a commitment phobe, and you're taking the piss out of yourself a little bit. When you say, look, I'm not going to tell anybody this, but I'm a bit of a commitment phobe. I feel there's a personality in there that is exactly real, but it's intimate. It's not I'm a this, I'm a that. It's I think what you've got to remember is this funny person talking about being commitment phobic, and my best kept secret is this, so I pay as you go, get out of my life because I'm commitment phobic. I feel that's where the joke is. It's a badly written kind of thing. But the joke is that, and it's, I feel like there's a comedian in there, and you were going for that, and I love that free moment you had. I just say, make it more intimate.
Intimate. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay!
Thank you, Laura.
Thank
Next
you.
up is Doug Bartling Jr.
Doug Bartling Jr.
Is Doug there? This is it. Hit the lights.
Buddy.
What is
Yeah,
happening?
I see you're muted. There
Doug
you
is
go.
here. He was on the unmute, so yeah, I'm in the building. So what's up, guys?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, you. What script did you choose, my friend?
I chose actually script 1.
Script 1. Awesome. We'll put that up for you. So we're just putting that up in the audience's world. So great to have you here. Begin whenever you're ready. Do your slate, and let's begin.
I'm Doug Bartling Jr., 44 years old. I live in upstate New York. I love sports, music, and I'm a proud-ass stepfather. And I'm super excited to be here. So let's do this, man. Here we go. Luxury has no zip code. It has no logo, brand, or mark. It's not launched on runways or made of precious metals. Luxury is a state of mind. It's a verb. It's the way you live. And you can find it in any moment if you know where to look. Because luxury is where you are.
I was prepared not to like your read. I listened to you do your slate, and my reaction was, this guy is not even going to be in the ballpark with luxury. I'm pleased to say I was wrong, and I'll tell you why. There's an authenticity to what you did. You don't have Rory's voice, okay? Rory's the voice, if I'm instinctively going for a luxury brand, that I'd probably hire. But what you brought that I didn't expect is an authenticity to this. There was something real, there was something visceral, and it was just warm and round and weighty and substantial enough to make it work with whatever this brand might be, if it was actually a luxury product. I can hear this being for, something that is more blue collar luxury, maybe a boat, maybe a 4x4 or something. It had the right, it worked. I'm not entirely sure why, but it worked. I liked it. Good job.
Oh, thank you, JMC. I appreciate that.
I'll tell you why it worked for me, Doug. You touched me. I heard the guy. I thought the intro was spot on. I loved the middle. I loved your end. I thought you got a little bit much on the last line. I would have liked that middle line, and you can find it at any moment to be fluid without the break in there. However, I was listening to somebody tell me a story, and you know what? I heard the man. I didn't hear anything but the man. I didn't hear the script. I didn't hear the performance. I didn't hear an actor. I heard the man. You touched me. I thought you did great. Congratulations, Doug.
And I'd like to point out that the last time I touched Cliff, I didn't get nearly as positive a reaction.
No, but I had to buy him dinner.
Thank you,
That
I
can be
appreciate
quite
that.
expensive.
Doug,
All right, great job, Doug.
What's really interesting about you is your slates, even on your auditions, were very long stories that were so personally warm and beautiful stories to have heard, and that was definitely very attractive to all of us. So thank you for sharing of your life with us. And normally in slates, we want you to kind of be quick and to the point, but there's an authenticity, as everybody's about to say about you, that is organic. And I do love that JMC used the word of, changing up what the luxury means, because it's not like your voice is luxurious. It's actually organic and natural and real and kind of like slangy, and it's just a guy. And that's what's really trendy right now, is intimate and real. And so you become a part of that naturally, because I don't think you know any different. I personally think that that's just who you are, and I love that you bring that to the table. You did a beautiful little hug and whisper on State of Mind. It was just the way
Absolutely.
You warmed it. Oh, I was like, oh, okay, I'm there.
Oh.
Thank you. I felt actually I would have liked you to have taken it down just a little bit in a couple spots, but only because I've heard your other auditions, and you just have this. It's just, I want you to be my friend. Just want you to be my buddy, and I love that.
Thank
Good
you so
job.
much, Deb. I appreciate that.
I don't
Thank
even,
you.
I don't have to say anything. You were a pick of mine from when you did your first audition. You moved me then, you moved me now. The announcer, when they say we don't want the announcer, this is what they want. You are not a luxurious, as JMC said. You sound blue collar to me, which is so real, that says anybody can have luxury in their life, and that's why we love it. Is that you don't, your luxury exists as your luxury, and it affords everybody the moment to say, "Ooh, yeah, it doesn't need a zip code." It is a verb. It is a verb to luxuriate, no matter what your status. And I thank you for that. And there was no announcer there for me at all. I just connected to you. I could give you notes on where I felt it was a bit choppy and stuff like that. But yeah, no.
Directable. Nice
Yeah.
job,
Touch me,
my
bro.
friend.
Thank you so much, guys. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
that.
Doug.
Thank you.
All right. We are now moving on to Jamey Lewis.
Woohoo!
Hey, Jamie.
Oh, where did Jamey Lewis go? Up top. there, a
Jamey
little
Lewis,
more
time to
above.
sing a song, Mr. Mike.
All right,
It's
Jamie,
time
just
to sing a
below
song.
Doug there. Just below Doug,
Yeah.
it's scrolling. There we go. Oh, no, where'd it go?
Let the
Sorry, we're just
dog
trying to get Jamie's intro up, and I see it right below Doug. So if you hit Doug, you'll get below it there, Amanda.
Don't hit Doug.
So
No
we're just
world of
running
no Jamies.
a system here that runs this whole room. It's so crazy. There's is that Doug right there? Yeah, there's Doug. Yay, there's Doug.
Nice on the box.
All right, here comes
Jamey Lewis,
Yay. Jamey, say hi.
I'm Jamey Lewis. Hi, from Nashville,
Hey,
Tennessee.
Jamey. Nashville. Give me some hot chicken.
And Jamey, what script are you doing? Are you doing the first or second?
First one, please.
Awesome. We'll get that on the screen there for you. Okay, you can begin whenever you're ready.
Luxury has no zip code. It has no logo, brand, or mark. It's not launched on runways or made of precious metals. Luxury is a state of mind. It's a verb, the way you live. And you can find it in any moment if you know where to look. Because luxury is where you are.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Jamey, you have a tough act to follow there with Doug because you're another kind of a similar texture, maybe a little bit more presence in terms of just vocal quality. I really liked your open on this. You had me through about the first half, and then I think you started to try to sell it and to be the star a little bit too much into the second half. One thing I would love to see, especially because you did open with, again, a little bit more like Doug, a bit more of an organic, authentic interpretation of this, and you sort of pivoted in the middle to something that was more presentational. I'd have loved to see you stick with where you started. And, you know, one of the things that's a hallmark of reads that tend to get hired with some frequency today are making little choices with punctuation that maybe not everybody else is making, dropping a comma here or there, maybe running through a period in order to just make it your own. As long as it makes sense, it can work. And I think as you got into a little bit of a bigger, more presentational approach halfway through, the fact that you were being so obedient to all of the punctuation made the read a little predictable. And I just kind of wish I had the same guy from the first half, or for the second half rather, that I had in the first half. But it was a fair effort.
I agree 100%. The opening line was terrific. You continued great. We got a little bit, I almost felt like you're saying, hey, I better kick this up if I want to make it to the finals kind of thing. On the line, luxury is a state of mind. It really kind of jumped out of character. Trust yourself, Jamey. You're really good. You're really talented. You know, when you start and you get your place, you get your groove, stay with that groove. Ignore the punctuation. Most of the time, punctuation is a copywriter trying to direct from afar, you know, putting commas and ellipses all over the place. J. Michael said, you know, as long as it makes sense, you know, they're mere suggestions, kind of like, you know, red lights and stop signs. But I love the intro, and it's a voice that I'm very familiar with. But you know, trust yourself, stay confident, and don't think that you need to do more, you know, towards the end. But other than that, great job. Love the voice, and good to see you, buddy.
Awesome. Well, definitely, I think we're all in the same boat. It's going to be a theme everyone will see in the audience, as well as those that are working in the industry. The industry's changed over the years, and especially the last couple of years, it's getting more and more intimate. So the more intimate and less is more that it gets, the more over the top what was once amazing isn't so amazing anymore. And a lot of them are fighting that. So the markets vary depending on what part of the market you're in. And so we're seeing major trends into that warm hug in the voice, that real. The more you watch YouTube, the more the youth are watching all the stuff that's current and real. Everybody wants real and organic. So it just felt a little pushed. And so you were just trying to force your choices on that a bit. But I really love that one line, and you can find it. You had a beautiful, nice intimacy. And I think like what JMC was saying is that the last half was a nicer place to start. It had much more intimacy. And when we say intimacy, it doesn't mean just, you know, sexual and sensual for those of you at home that don't know what we do. It's just more about connecting to a less is more place. Good job, though, otherwise, Jamey.
300%. I'm just going to zip right in. I heard Nashville. I heard a guy from Nashville who was real, bit of grit, little bit of, you had texture in your voice. I loved it. The key was in the ignition. It was in neutral. I loved it. And then you just slightly accelerated, and then you accelerated. And what happened was it made us go like this. So the vehicle went like this because you got a little bit cute with it. You got bright on your pitching. And what happened was Nashville went away and a little bit of the announcer came in. That's all. That's all you need to do is if you're going to accelerate towards a climax, keep it in closer to neutral than just slamming on that gas pedal.
Thank you for the grit and grits, Elley.
Good job, Jamey.
Let's play down a little commercial and have a few second break here. What do you think?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
It's the start of a new day.
At a company that's always looking ahead.
Breaking new grounds.
Digging deeper.
Going farther.
Reaching higher.
Reaching higher.
Reaching higher.
Defining definition.
While redefining ourselves.
Today, like every day.
We push the boundaries even further.
Even further.
Even further.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
We're back, aren't we?
We're back. We are back, folks.
Well, you know what that means, don't you? That's right, people. The excitement is just getting started. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Please join us and write comments in the chat and tell us who you would pick and help us choose our winner. Now, grab a handful of popcorn and souvlaki and let's get back to the show. Oh, that's a terrible band. I don't like those guys. Anyway. All right, let's introduce the next contestant without a Greek accent. Please put your hands together for JDK.
JDK.
And you're on, JD.
We're excited.
What do I read? Okay, what do we got here? I've got a whole bunch of scripts. All right.
Take one.
Take one, JDK. Here we go. All right, I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. Yo, Sophia, get off the phone. And that's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. No, I ain't got no secret, Padrona. I'm talking about my phone plan. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. I can't say that about my wife. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly. All right.
Well, JD, you got laughs. That's a good thing. And clearly you got jokes. You know, look, Personality Plus, you're fun. You're a blast. I mean, is it a commercial that's going to get you booked? Probably not. You know, we is it going to make an impression on us? Yeah, probably. But you know, I think if we're trying to be true to the spot, we just got to be true to the spot, which means giving a read that plausibly could get you hired, and is going to be a little bit more authentic and isn't going insane with ad libs, and just is a bit more real. But hey, that was fun.
Understood. Thank you.
You're muted.
Oh, Cliff, you're muted.
Cliff,
And
muted.
JDK, if you have your camera off, can you turn your camera on for us?
Absolutely.
Maybe Anna, just make sure everybody's turning their camera on.
This
when they
guy
come
looks
in.
like
There he is.
There I am. Hey.
Look at the boy chick with the Shane up on him. I loved your ad libs. I thought they were great. However, instead of shocking us with the ad libs, maybe they could have been underplayed. That's why blah 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 blah. I'm on the phone, honey. You know, maybe take it down a little bit so it's not quite a shock to us. I agree with J. Michael. Staying true to the script is also staying true to the copywriter. It's staying true to the product. We don't want to get anybody mad at us. You don't want the client looking over to the copywriter and going, "Hey, how come the voiceover guy's doing a better script than you wrote?" You know, which is something you might want to consider. You know, because I love that stuff. You know,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good point.
You
Yeah.
don't want to show up the guy that wrote the script. You know.
No.
But I enjoyed it a lot, and yeah, I think on your next pass, let's see what you got. Let's tell the story, and there's plenty to talk about here.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I enjoyed it. and you're a riot, and I love you.
Thank you. I love you too, man. Thank you.
JD, you are such a card, so entertaining, and I loved, in each of your auditions, this became a slightly risky category for you because we know you are very, very big and over the top and fun and playful, and we kind of like that. So there's a balance to that, but trendy right now becomes more less is more, so it makes it hard to go big and over the top.
Yeah.
I think it's very valid points. If we ad-lib, I think ad-libbing can be okay, but it has to be tasteful so that we aren't insulting the writer. And I think using sounds for you would be a better avenue than adding too many words. And so when we're auditioning at home, we can cut out those little words that we do and use the take that we get out of that. When we're live in this situation with a director, they might be upset that you've added too much. So we have to balance that time. Biggest thing for you, about halfway through, you had this beautiful, fun, sarcastic, but a little more less is more attitude in the script. That was my favorite part. I wish for you in the next one to remember that we love your bright energy, but it's really bright. Okay. So make those choices, but make them a little less.
And a bit distorted. I mean, if those were keepers, I don't know if...
You might want to turn your mic down.
That's true. I went a little loud. Yeah, okay. I got that.
Instead of turning your mic down, turn you down a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. I do.
Elley.
I'm not about turning you down. I'm about incorporating everything that you do. So, to save yourself, there's no rule that says you can't do 2 takes. Always give a take that is close to what you think industry standard is. And if you want to play and risk everything, do it secondly. If the character, there's nothing wrong with bringing a character if it's a real character that makes us laugh, because spontaneity, rhythm, tone, pitch, speed, volume, emotion, and musicality are all in play and natural to a character. Hell's bells, go for it. But I agree with everybody else. We don't want to piss off the copywriters. I love your sense of play and your spontaneity. Just bring that in on your second take. Give them a second take.
Wonderful. Thank you, JD.
Thank you.
Woo, go, JD.
All right. Right on. Up next, we have Bella Sapphire.
Woo. Yeah, Bella.
Awesome.
Hello.
Oh, she's still there. She is. She's there. Just one sec, Bella.
Bella Sapphire.
Bella Sapphire is also my
There we go, Bella. You're up.
The Lobster Club.
That's right.
Yes.
And what a disappointment when it's not her, right?
Now, Bella, what script did you choose?
I'm doing script number 2.
Woo. Awesome. We'll get that up for you there. And you can begin whenever you're ready.
Thank you. I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. Shh. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly.
Good job. This is probably the closest one to the mark so far in terms of what this script should be. I still find you maybe a little 2018 with the read, in that the market right now, and look, I'm speaking to the U.S. national, the high end of the national market, the U.S. If you go back 3 or 4 years, it was quirky, cute, light, bright, and playful. It is still quirky, but now it is a little awkward, uncomfortable, bizarre, strange, weird, and just a little different for retail commercial if they're using humor like this, or if it's meant to be, again, a little bit more real. So I thought maybe just on, we keep talking about less is more and being big. I mean, on a 0 to 10 scale, I would put your level of being performative at probably about a 6 or a 7. I think if we just brought that down to about a 4 or a 5, we'd be great. It doesn't need to come to a 1 or a 2. But I love your instincts. You understand how to move through copy. There's personality there that was fun. And you had, a little quirky ad lib. Maybe it was telegraphed just a bit, but it wasn't bad. So I think you're close.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cliff, you're muted again.
See, this is what happened when you have 2 identical mics. Right? Crazy. I'm going to put one on the other side. I agree with J. Michael. I thought that this was definitely in the ballpark. I understand why you read it the way you did, because there are clues in this script. Total, using the word total. I'm like a total. That's kind of a 2015 thing to say. Adding a phobe at the end. I liked it. I liked the confidence, which to me is extremely important. I liked your up and down. I like the way you weave through it. But yes, I think a little bit less of the valley and a little bit more of just where we are now. You know, Valley Talk was very popular, but it was very pointed, and it was a specific location, specific point of time. I think that you leaned on that because of the opening line and thought maybe this is where you need to go. But again, authentic, telling the story, and revealing. You know, you're telling things about yourself. So terrific. You know, I thought it was very close. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice job, Bella. Bella's actually brand new, so for someone who's brand new on the market, man,
I wouldn't have guessed.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, and great comments from the judges so far, and I think that I really loved a lot of little nuances you gave. Actually, you gave some really beautiful, what I consider hugs in the words, and I loved when you did the shh. The only thing I didn't like about you went into a nice little whispered tone there, which I really love, but you kind of stated it. So you made a purposeful choice to do something with it. And so sometimes when we do that, if we pre-plan those choices, they sound pre-planned. And so it just had a little bit of pre-planning in it. But at the same time, we would have just took this and said, oh, yeah, she's marketable. She's directable. She's got the texture, tonality I want. She's current. She's young. I
you get on the short list.
Problem. What's that? Yeah, she'd be on the short
list. She gets on the short list.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it just becomes directable, but we can, just for lessons for you, again, because you're so brand new, you know, just trust in what you're doing right now naturally because you're already doing it on your own. So great job.
Thank you.
I thought you were fabulous. I think you're fabulous. I loved your auditions. I feel there was a slight bit of anticipating what you had chosen as a display with your which were adorable. I love the youth. I love the brightness. I thought you were close to what commercial is demanding, as Jay Michael has been saying. There's an embittered kind of quality. There's an attitudinal flatness that has a comedic kind of, oh God, in it. And that youth that it's come to now, which is not the hero any longer, but the sidekick. So think of that, because there's a bit of the hero in there. You were bringing the cute, innocent hero in. And what's sellable right now is more of the sidekick with a slight bit of attitude that is flattened.
Thank you,
Elley Ray, I'm stealing that.
You can have it, baby.
I'm stealing everything she's saying. She did this whole list here that I'm going to have to go back and transcribe that.
Great job.
I want you to send that to me.
Great job, Bella. And let's introduce our next contestant, Stephen Bones.
Stephen Bones.
And you're up, Stephen.
Okay. My name is Stephen Bones, and I am from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I will be reading for commercial script option 1.
Awesome. Woohoo, have some fun, Stephen.
Luxury has no zip code. It has no logo, brand, or mark. It's not launched on runways or made of precious metals. Luxury is a state of mind. It's a verb, the way you live. And you can find it in any moment, if you know where to look for it. Because luxury is where you are.
Ooh. Good start. I like your open on this. A little bit unexpected again in that you're brighter on a luxury read. I do think once again we had some authenticity there at the beginning that was working pretty well. I find there seems to be a tendency on the script for people to want to pivot in the middle to something that's a little bit more presentational, and I got that again on this. And you can find it in any moment if you know where to look line. You lapsed into reading a little bit there. I was hearing more connection prior to that. That one, it felt like there was a disconnect that happened in there, and you just seemed to drift a little bit away from the core of the read that you were trying to do. I thought it was a little safe. There's nothing that jumps out and says this is not a great read. It's just a little safe. I'd love to see again a little more engagement and personalization by and I think one of the things that we should all be doing with these scripts is thinking about what is the product we're talking about? Because it doesn't reveal that here, and we need to try and identify that in our own minds before we do a read, so that we can be speaking to something that isn't just abstract, but that's a little bit more concrete. And I think that this lacked a little bit of that centering, but nice sound. I like your voice a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I like your voice a lot too. And I was, again, very surprised at the top. I thought it was terrific. I thought you were trying to play catch up on the back half. Hitting that "and" was absolutely not necessary. The key in that sentence is the word "find." The problem, that's the solution, is you will find it, and you can find rather than "and you can find." But the front half was beautiful and surprising. Little bit of accent, fine. Flavor sounded great. I think that, what I'm hearing from a lot of the readers so far is with this script is trying to play catch up, and you don't have to. Once you set your read in motion, your character in motion, you know what you're talking about, you know where you're going, these are your words, stick to the program. And if you are going to veer off, make it very, very subtle, something that maybe a director would notice, but the general public wouldn't.
All right.
Good job.
Hey, Stephen. Yeah, I kind of see a lot of it very almost narrative, and you have a very bright. I don't mean I see the script narrative. I mean in the delivery, I felt it was a bit narrative, and even though you have a nice natural quality to your sound, it doesn't feel overly trained yet. It doesn't feel overly affected, which is what we'll love, because again, that's just what's current right now, which you haven't been hearing in the Rating in the Green Room. But the trend is very much real like you are, but you're also extremely bright, creative, playful, and almost over the top. And so going a little bit less for you will be not as comfortable, but I think you can make a lot of the similar choices you make. But I like your silliness. So even though this is not a silly script, I like a little bit of your silliness and sarcasm in this, where I think it would stand out for me in your natural qualities, because it would be like what we heard earlier from another contestant, where it's just got this sense of, okay, that just sounds like a real guy, and it's different for this script. And I love where your voice sits. I like its unique sound, and it doesn't have any discernible anything. It's just something unique, and I love that about you. Good stuff.
Thank you.
I'm going to blast right in there, Stephen. I all I can think of is your banana shirt, and I've personally auditioned for all of the different things to get in. So you do have a quirky, unique, authentic sound to you. I think you've listened to a lot of voiceover, because I've heard the different varieties of genres of vocal things that you've done for each of the different things. So I know you're quite good at sort of delivering that response. I'd love you to just think a little bit about, like, you totally warmed up the way you live, your life, or whatever that line is. The way you live. It kind of dropped in for a moment, that went away from that kind of bright sort of comedic sort of sound that you have. And I would have liked that to just come in a little bit more. Remember, some response-driven dialogue. The audience is speaking to you at all times. It'll keep you connected to your audience. Don't forget your audience. I feel that we go to presentation when we forget we're talking with millions of people. There's millions of people listening to you. You're not alone in your studio. Remember response-driven dialogue. They're asking you why, who, what is it? And you're responding to that. On track.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bones. And now we're going to reach into the well with Jaime Wells.
No, but Chuck.
Just bear with us. Jamie will introduce you here in just a second. We're just playing your lovely little cue card, just trying to find it. Here we go.
Cue card,
there we
card.
go.
Jaime Wells.
Being murdered by J. Michael Collins.
Hey, Jamie, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. What script are you reading?
Script option number 2.
Awesome. Okay. Well, slate or begin whenever you're ready.
Okay. Stress eating chocolate and already very sweaty. I, Jaime Wells. Hey, Todd, can you hold on a second? Okay, I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly. Yeah, Todd, listen, it's not you, it's me.
Very cute. I loved the slate was great, and you had us all laughing with that. So I think we were all paying a little bit of extra attention because of that's a great choice. And cute little ad libs in there at the end as well. You're very talented. You have a nice sound. You have a sound that's very current for today's market in terms of just the way you present. We keep going to the same. Well, I know people aren't listening to other people's auditions, or they're not supposed to be, but you just keep going back to maybe everybody seems to be trying a little too hard, and it's there are a lot of fundamentally good things that you did in there, but again, for today's marketplace, it struck me as just a little too intentional, a little too big, trying a little too hard. Now I say a little because I mean a little. It's 30% overcooked. It's not. We've had a couple today that have been burnt to a crisp. You weren't there, but it was just a little too much, and you seem like you're of this generation, the 18 to 34s, that a lot of consumer advertising is targeted towards. Okay, I'm going to go over just a second. Casting directors know that buyers today understand that 18 to 34s and the majority of the consumer market that's being targeted, their BS meter goes off at the drop of a pin. Anything that sounds like it's trying too hard gets rejected immediately as being inauthentic, and so that's why we keep talking about bringing it down and making it a little bit less. You have a great skill set. Keep doing what you're doing, but just don't try quite so hard.
Agreed. Great personality. That really came through. Love the ad libs. Love the opening. Love the close. Sounded a bit choppy to me. It also sounds like as you're reading, you're trying to figure out which words need to be emphasized. Now, let's say there's 15 words in a sentence. If you're trying to figure out which word to emphasize, you got a 1 in 15 chance of getting it right. So instead of doing that, idea, just read it. And, the talent that you have and the talent that we all heard, it's going to put you in the right place. Searching for the word to emphasize might not necessarily be the right word to emphasize. So, yes, we want to take chances, but let's not take unnecessary chances. I think that the read would have been wonderful as a second take, a bit more fluid. But your character, your personality, you sound like every one of my daughter's friends, right in that age group, 28 years old. So good job, and have faith in the read and yourself.
So Jamey's also quite new to the industry, so she's a brand newbie too. And Jamey, I heard you really pulling back for you, so I thought you did a great job knowing you the way I know you. So that's just a little biased in this situation because I actually know your other reads. So you have a beautiful energy that you bring. It's just stunning, and it's almost like a few other contestants. It's risky putting you in this category because you're actually very animated. Animation is a great home for you, but we just couldn't not have you. You're so talented. You've got so much character. There's just so much nice natural character in you. So in this case, I think you just made you made lots of choices, and a lot of them were really good, but they felt choiced a bit. But they were still subtle for you. So I just want to keep you hearing that because I thought you did a really nice job staying subtle in what you would normally do, which would be much bigger. So I just think that you should be very proud of yourself for that audition still. But just know we still want a little bit less within that, and try not to live in your choices so hard. Allow them to be spontaneous too. Okay?
I agree. I think you're fabulous. I really, really love your voice. You've got what I call a sharp voice. So it's a sharp voice. It cuts through. So you're going to get to me no matter what, just because of tonal quality of your voice. Anyway, no matter what you do with it, you're clever. So as a theatrically clever person, what I'm hearing is your cleverness. And sometimes I just want to hear what it is you're talking about. Remember just like J. Michael was saying, the current thing is there's a despondency, there's a lethargy, there's a kind of a malaise and a disenfranchisement in 2021. So nobody has any friggin' energy to do anything. But actors love to blow, like they want to have, I've got attitude. And nobody has the energy for attitude. So if we can remember exactly what you're doing right, but just take the piss out of yourself. It's like, I can't believe my life. Oh gosh, I can't, That's kind of where we're living right now in the disenfranchisement. So the attitude can stay the same, take the energy out of it, because that's a performer's energy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elley. Thank you, Jamey.
Great job, Jamey.
Thank you.
Time for Joshua Gray.
Isn't everybody fabulous?
Absolutely fabulous.
Great group.
Except for me. I would have definitely read that script as Phoebe instead of...
Joshua Gray.
Hey, Joshua, how you doing? Tell us
Joshua Gray.
Right.
So are you on here?
Yes, name is Joshua Gray, and I will be reading the first option for commercial.
Woohoo! Have some fun.
All right. Luxury has no zip code. It has no logo, brand, or mark. It's not launched on runways or made of precious metals. Luxury is a state of mind. It's a verb, the way you live, and you can find it at any moment if you know where to look, because luxury is where you are.
JCM.
Or JMC.
JMC.
But
I was actually
That
going
was
after.
awesome.
I was going after a car manufacturer. I apologize.
And we don't read for a living, just saying.
Let me try that again. JMC.
I don't know what to make of that. I feel like I got punched in the face a little bit. It's big, but I'm not sure the purpose of the bigness. If it's gonna have authenticity and it's going to be gritty and it's going to be powerful, that's great, but I felt like it was just kind of swinging wildly out there a little bit and didn't know quite what it wanted to be. Look, we got the word luxury in a script, okay? So we've heard two approaches so far today that are equally interesting despite being polar opposites. We've heard Rory with this warm British thing that I think a lot of us think of when we think of luxury, and we heard it was Doug who came in with the authenticity that was really interesting. I think your voice probably lends itself to an approach more like Doug's, but there's got to be a reason behind it. There's got to be a purpose behind it. There's got to be something cohesive. And again, what I'd encourage people to do, and I guess everybody's not seeing this who's sitting in the green room waiting to come on, though, is as you go into future rounds at least, try to, if there's not a product listed or this could be a resort, this could be a luxury RV, this could be a lot of different things, right? But try and connect with a concept that's going to ground it and make it more real, because again, it just felt a little bit wild to me.
Thank you.
I thought the character was great. If you're doing a Gatorade spot, if you're doing a Nike spot,
Under Armour.
If you're doing a Gold's Gym spot, loved it. I would love to hear behind you. Militant, strong. I think you wore the wrong costume to the wrong party. I would love to hear you doing something sportsy, something, actiony, like my daughter would say, "Daddy, why do you read so actiony all the time while I'm doing cars?" I thought it was fun, but to be honest with you, I think it missed the mark as to the product and the spokesperson for the product. Now, with that said, I think you're a great character and a great voice, man, and I would love to put you on a Kia or a Hyundai Spot or something that where the new Kia K5. I think you would kill it. But know your source.
What a great risk taker you are. I love that you're not afraid to take risks. That's a beautiful thing to own and love and be proud of, and don't let anybody take that away from you. But do know that some risks for certain things can be just a big risk, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I'll tell you where it really worked for me was in the middle. In the middle, you went into a sultry, I actually kind of love the idea of you maybe wrapping this out. I think it'd be kind of fun because it'd be opposite to what the client would expect. And we like opposites too. But because you showed me that beautiful sensual part in the middle, okay, now I'm kidnapping that and starting with that first, because that's actually where I would want you in this commercial, because that exuded, beautiful sensuality. It was just gorgeously, it was still a little big almost, but if you started there and then I could take you down a little more even in between, we'd have some fun with this script. But remember to not, and I actually got to credit you, you didn't stay in one place. You gave variety, and I'm very impressed to see that. So while it was over the top, I did love a lot of the choices that you made.
And you know what I think, Josh, I think you've got really really strong chops. Obviously, I felt like you wanted to go into that kind of beat poetry anthem thing that takes you through that irregular kind of, which is really current right now. But you started with the climax and you stayed in the climax. So if you stay in the climax for the entire thing, there's no shape to the piece. So we don't know what's happening. It needs to have a beginning, middle, end with a climax. But you came in so big that you had nowhere to go, and that's what happened. And it felt to me, it was so beautiful at the end because I went, oh, it's a beat poetry thing that he's trying to do. And I think that may be right or wrong. I have no idea. But I loved where you were going. Just know that there has to be shape to what you're doing if you're going to lead your audience, whether it's 15 seconds, 30 seconds.
Give yourself a runway, man. It was trying to be anthemic, but it started at the end.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua.
And it also, if I can jump in here real quick, it almost sounded like you were mad at me.
Yeah.
He is now.
Yeah, he is now. Mission accomplished, Cliff.
Hey, I appreciate all of you for the feedback. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, Joshua. Next up, Jen Lawton-Hunt. Jen Lawton-Hunt.
Hey, JLH.
From JMC.
And which script did you choose, Jen?
Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm from the north of England. Super happy to be here reading the commercial script. I'll be reading about the prepaid calling card.
Nice.
So number 2. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Oh, that was the right one. Number 1, I guess it was. Sorry. Oh, no, that's the right one. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, you guys can't see it, Jen. You can't see it on your end, but the people at home can see the script, so we're just lining that up for them.
Okay, magic. Thank you.
You're ready to go anytime you want.
I can't take this anymore. Fine, I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. Not an affair, you moron. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly, which clearly you don't anymore. So, bye-bye, Barry.
Poor Barry.
Bye, Barry.
Barry. Oh,
What did
Barry.
Barry do that? Barry, what did Barry do?
He was from
I love your sound. I love the quality of your voice. I said it earlier to Rory, but there's something about the British voice that makes people hire you and makes the rest of us want to run out of the room when we're auditioning against you. So that's nice. Part of me wishes I'd have heard you on the luxury script, but maybe that was too safe of a choice. I like your personality here. I heard a character right off the bat, which is great. So there's a good actor here. Do you have a theatrical background of any kind?
Yeah, acting background.
Okay, stage?
Bit of stage, bit of on screen.
Yeah, I can hear that a little bit. I can hear again the tendency to want to go a little bit big. Now, I listen with different ears sometimes when I'm listening to UK talent compared to US talent because those are very different markets. So I think your read is actually probably a little closer to where the market is for the UK than it would be if it was targeting the US market. And I think for that reason, I'm not going to be quite as hard on you as I might have been a US talent who had gone that presentational and that big. I think to a degree it worked. I still think even for the UK market, chill out just a little bit, but you're fun and you've got a lot of talent. Just remember, you're not talking to the back of the room.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
I love your voice, and like James, it kind of scares all of us because anybody with an accent always sounds like they have about 40 more IQ points than everybody else in the room. One thing I really liked, and I think that you're directable. However, I didn't hear any joy in the read. I didn't hear that you were happy about the best script you get, that you pay it, you go is a good thing. No annual contract is a good thing. No strings attached is a good thing. I didn't really hear any of that. So if you're wanting me to join your camp, if you're wanting to get me excited about what you're talking about, I don't know if if I got that message or if I'm going to enter into a world of darkness. Now I'm being a little bit dramatic. I'm being a little dramatic, but I heard more almost you feel threatened or you
She
there's
wants to
no
kill
joy.
Barry.
So enjoy. I want to hear the happiness and the benefit that I'm going to get. From
Yeah,
a
no,
prepaid.
totally get that. That makes sense.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that was actually a very great point. There was a bit of I loved the storyline. The storyline was perfect for me. I'm so happy about the storyline. So just to add then, because I think they made very valid points. But I would love to hear a little ugly face from you too, what I call the ugly face. So just like something a little more fucking not so pretty. Because you do have this beautiful, pretty voice. So all of a sudden, just, frickin' Barry. Whatever that is, just to add that flavor to it. So it's not predictably posh, because we look at the British accent with such a beautiful luxury. And hence why we created the luxury script for someone like you. But I loved your storyline, loved it. I think you just needed to add some happy moments in it. I think you could have stayed in the anger parts, some of them, but find some happy, because we are selling product in the end, and no one's going to buy if we're not happy about it. So great storyline. You just kind of got stuck in how angry Barry was. Barry was a jerk. I wanted to call him something else, but I better be nice. Yes. Barry wasn't
I'm
nice.
glad you didn't go for the luxury read, though, because that's the low-hanging fruit for your sound, so I think that's a bold choice that you went for this one.
Absolutely. I loved you for this, though. I thought I would definitely consider you for this. I thought you did a nice job. And
all right, you're in my time.
Elley.
So I'm going to say what everybody else said. I wrote a happy face. I went question mark with the smile. I love that kind of flat anger because it is current, but I find in the British market, they are much more character driven. They're a bit larger. They are better actors. I know that's going to hurt everybody's feelings down in the States, but I find they're better trained actors. So what happens is they come to the table with a lot of acting chops, and they've got a sound that our ear is attuned to. So we tend to go, oh. But their market is different, and I feel that the only thing for me was I wanted to know the smile in the product, how it's saving you from Barry and not having to deal with calling Barry. That was it. You're great. I love your voice.
Fabulous critique, Elley. That was wonderful, Elley. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jen.
Coming up, Avery Luna.
Avery Luna. Luna.
Avery Luna.
Are you wearing pants?
Hi, Avery.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Avery,
you
don't
might be a
be
little hot,
Barry.
Avery. You might have to turn your mic down a little bit there.
Well, thank you, but this isn't the place for that.
What script are you choosing, Avery?
Well, I'm gonna do the second one.
Second one it is. Awesome.
Yeah. Am I gonna slate or am I just going right into it?
Yeah, you can slate. Absolutely. We'd love you to.
Oh, okay. Well, just in case anybody didn't know, my name's already been said before, but it's Avery Luna. And I'm gonna be doing the script option too. All right, I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And hey, that fits my lifestyle perfectly.
My favorite read so far on that script. Down to earth, chill, relaxed, not trying too hard. There are a couple of things in there. If I were directing you in a session, that I would still probably ask you to be a little more imperfect, and maybe not quite such crisp pronunciation on everything, and again, perhaps just chill a little bit more. But to me, that so far is the read that is closest to what the market will bear in the U.S. right now, and fun, effortless. You're not trying too hard. You just looked at it and you went. And if there is a phrase that I hear from casting directors today more than any other, it's stream of consciousness. Your read has to sound like it's the first time the character is saying those words, and that one did. So, yeah, good job, man.
Thank you, JMC. Cliff, you're muted.
I think I agree. I think that was the best read. I thought it was a little safe, but I liked it. I would air it. My only comment, and really I have nothing. You were fluid. You were confident. once you start, you kept it going. I would have liked to have actually heard the end of the spot. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly. I didn't hear an ending, and that fits my lifestyle perfectly. Perfectly. However you did it, I didn't hear a closure. When I produce spots, I always want the listener to know that's the end of the spot. And then everything after that is somebody else. It ain't me. But I really liked it. I loved the quickness. I'll admit, I'm a total commitment though. You know, you are who you are. I liked it. I thought you did a great job. And I thought that it was definitely, you know, a couple of tweaks here and there, and it's broadcast ready. So well done. Good job, Avery.
Thank you, Cliff.
Awesome, Avery. Good job. Avery's also brand new, you know, and I think that's a bit of a trend in why we're hearing why we like the organic newer people, because they don't know too much yet. And that's the problem when we're trained is sometimes
they don't know
we
enough
know
to
too
screw it
much.
up.
I know that's been a lot of my journey, is just knowing too much and then trying too hard. And Avery, what's really cool about you that we saw in all your auditions, every one of them, they were almost cocky. They were so casual. Like we were just like, wow, you know, there's almost, but it's so beautiful how comfortable in your skin you are. And it's just so apparent. And that comes through in your read. I think for me, I would have loved just one.
And a frozen
little,
Deb.
Yeah, Deb just.
I know. I was like,
I'm
so
frozen?
good, it just froze.
Now she's back.
Okay, sorry. Oh, shoot. Now my connection's unstable. That's not good. I'm unstable, but not my connection, hopefully. Anyway, sorry, just give me a freebie there for a second. I just want you to say, I want to say, Avery, I'm not sure what you heard or didn't, but you have this almost cocky confidence about you that I actually love because it's casual. And you bring that to your reads, which is what's so nice. If I was to do one thing, I would just slow down just in one little part of it somewhere. Just one little part. Just give me a moment that's not all the same fast beat. And I think that's just because you're excited. So I liked it as well. Great job.
I love Avery. I loved all your auditions. I find your disregard for fear around auditioning wondrous. I love that you are playing the game without predetermining anything, without worrying about anything, without showing anything. Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. I would have loved a little bit more shape. I found the overall speed to be similar, even though you had a few little tones and pitches that were different. I found that you've kind of raced just a tad, and I feel because you're so cheeky as you were on your Avery in your slate, I felt like you could have afforded yourself one thing, and I agree with Cliff. Perfectly is a psychological button. So to say perfectly, how did you land this spot? The producers will go perfectly because they'll remember that last word, and you were quick on it and you threw it away. But I thought it was great. Really great read.
Thank you, Avery. Okay. Wow. We're down to the last audition for this section. Let's welcome Jen Henry. Jen Henry.
Hello, Jen.
Hello.
Hey, Jen.
What script are you choosing?
How are we?
It's my unicorn.
And what script are you choosing today, Jen?
Oh, let's
Original.
do this, shall we?
Let's do it, darling.
Which script did you choose, Jen?
I chose option 2.
Option 2 it is.
Jen Henry. I'll admit it. I'm like a total commitment phobe. That's why my prepaid calling card is my best kept secret. I pay as you go with no annual contract, which means no strings attached. And that fits my lifestyle perfectly.
Again, very yeah, good read. Solid. It started out a little big for me, but I think you settled into it nicely. It's fun. It's got personality. It's not trying too hard. Is it a little overbright for today's market? Maybe just a touch. But it's in the pocket. We've had 2 now in a row back to back that I think are pretty close to what the market's looking for. It was breezy. I could have used a little quirk in there somewhere. I could have used a little, again, where she's got a thought process, not just at the top, but maybe somewhere in there where she catches, or where there's a little stammer stutter or something very small. Just give me something an authenticity ad lib to make it a bit more real. But yeah, I reacted pretty well to that. Nice read.
Thank you.
Thank you. Clifford.
You're muted.
It's not my fault. Okay, you know what? This one is going over here. It's over there now. Hey, Jen.
Hi, darling.
Good to see you, baby. I'd like to read overall. I thought that certain places you sped up and slowed down, which is nice. However, where you sped up over the incentives. The no strings attached, no annual contract. I want to hear that stuff. The client wants to hear that stuff. If you're going to offer no annual contract, that's a big deal. They're going to, they could possibly lose a bunch of money, but by not, fining you. They want to hear that. I heard Jen. I liked it. I think that you were trying a little bit too hard, trying to catch up towards the end. But overall, I thought it was great. I know for a fact you're directable. So, you giving the Jen and then having the director come in and kind of mold you, I know it's a piece of cake. So good job overall. Thanks. Great personality. Enjoyed it.
Hey, Jen, thank you so much. That was awesome. I actually have the exact same comments. Really, it was more of some things were rushed in an area where I just, it was done already. And I didn't even get a chance to absorb enough there yet. So I would just have slowed down a couple little areas. It basically becomes the same thing. I already know that you're directable. I already know that I could bring you in. You bring me personality. You bring the script to life. You know what you're doing. And I think that's very obvious, but yet it doesn't sound forced, right. which is really nice. And that's wonderful to know what you're doing and not sound too forced. I just think it was a speed thing for me, even though there was some nice variety in there. I just felt it went fast overall. So I would like to have had much like what JMC said, just a moment in there that broke that up a bit. And I think would have been really nice, very directable. Absolutely.
I feel a little bit differently. I actually liked the speed. I actually found it refreshing to not kind of dumb it down for the listener, where, the presentational becomes a little bit safe. And Avery did an overall speed for me. And I felt that you had a wonderful switch pitch with your speed, where it wasn't that the whole line was fast, that you would have a kind of, and all of a sudden you throw it away at the back end. Agree with Cliff on don't do it on, your preferences. But I found overall that is not easy to do, and that's authentic. So if it was a choice, it felt very real to me. So I kind of I like that personally. I found you relaxed. Your opener shocked me off of your slate, which kind of grabbed me, and I went, I'm paying attention. And then you dropped right out of it, which I loved. If you had have stayed in that big sort of, you did a pitch at the top, and I went, it's kind of like the horn at the end of each of the rounds, right? We go, and then you dropped out of it, and I actually like that. There's just a couple of things with rhythm, tone, pitch, speed, volume, emotion that are directable, but as choices that you made for yourself or didn't make, I find the musicality was quite charming, and I liked your voice.
Thank you, Jen. Well, I've got to tell you, Elley, I haven't had this much fun since Mary Jo Winthorpe stabbed me with her raw umber Crayola crayon back in never mind.
Never mind. Go back to work. You're being paid, you bum.
That's true, but hearing all these great talents, it makes you want to be a voice actor, doesn't it?
It does.
Thank you. What an incredible first round, but just when you thought it was safe to go pee-pee, kapow! Round 2 is coming up at you live from the Get Mike website, portal, and Facebook Live. Sit back and cheer on your favorite VO for promo reads. But first, a commercial from JMC.
As humanity begins to emerge from one of its greatest challenges, we are here to once again show you just how far we can carry you.
Okay, you don't have a portfolio. What you do have is 2 kids, a job, and a side hustle. You're getting by and don't want to compromise on quality.
Hoy en día todos pueden saber tu nombre, tu fecha de nacimiento, a qué hora te levantas, qué comes, qué alergias tienes, cuánto pesas. Saben absolutamente todo.
Check out your favorite artists' performances, picks, latest music news, and interviews online now.
This course is dedicated to educating associates at all levels on the topic of bias. Please click the arrow to begin Module 1. What is bias?
It's about goals, breaking barriers you never thought possible.
Being fit, that's just extra.
Hey, it's JMC, and I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of Get Mic'd, the voiceover industry's only American Idol-style competition show. Now back to the madness of Elley, Ray, and Deb.
Yes. Here we go. Yes. Dear voice.
I'm sorry I've taken you for granted and not given you the ability to be your absolute best.
But it's time to get you in the spotlight. Bring out your authentic self.
To take risks and play like you've never played before.
And maybe win a few prizes at the same time?
It's time to step up to the mic and become the next Ultimate VO Survivor.
The next Ultimate VO Survivor.
The next Ultimate VO Survivor!
Agency representation, demos, animatics, convention passes.
This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Your opportunity to shine and be heard.
To make it to the live virtual shows every Wednesday night in November.
It's time to win the ultimate.
The ultimate.
The ultimate.
The ultimate VO Survivor. Take 2.
Yeah, sure.
That sort of thing. Is that okay?
And we are back. Sorry, guys, it must be hard in that green room there. Just bear with me. I'm going to unmute some mics here.
This is wild. I was talking away and nobody could hear me.
Okay, so everybody, so we're going to put everybody, Amanda, can we get, we're trying to get everybody's cameras on and get everybody in the room. And Mr. Mike, we'll get you to unmute because I had to mute you guys just so.
I am muted.
Right,
there we
I'm
go.
unmuted.
Awesome.
I'm
There we
unmuted.
go.
And of
Fast
course,
show.
J. Michael Collins has to apologize. His wife really doesn't want Jimmy Choos.
Manolos.
Oh, well, you know, we're running about 12 behind, so I think we should get right to it for promo. What do you guys think?
You betcha.
All right, let's go to a first up. Here we go. First up is JDK.
JDK, we don't have to worry about intros, Amanda. We'll get that promo up there on the script for the folks at home. Okay,
there we
JDK,
go.
we'll
I'll
get
mute
you.
myself. I got it. I've unmuted.
So you guys won't get any direction on these ones. You guys will just go right into your promo scripts, and then we'll go to the next contestant. Okay, guys?
Fantastic.
All right.
Oi, all your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. Chat. All your life, they will tell you no. Quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them yes. The ultimate VO Survivor. Oi!
Awesome job, JD. Thank you. Mr. Mike, you want to call the next one up?
Yes, I do. Coming up, we have Bella Sapphire.
Woo, Bella.
All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them, yes, the ultimate VO Survivor.
Woo! Woo-hoo. Thank you, Bella. Coming up next, Doug Bartling Jr.
Yeah, Doug.
All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they'll tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them yes, the ultimate VO Survivor.
Way to survive. Thank you, Doug. Here comes Jaime Wells.
All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly, on a sliding scale, you will tell them yes. The ultimate VO survivor.
Hey, Jamey.
Thank you, Jamey. All right, let's welcome Joshua Gray.
All your life, they'll say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they'll tell you no quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Thank you, JG.
40 man.
Coming up next, Jen Lawton-Hunt.
Can I tell you a secret? All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no. But this is what you're going to do. Quite firmly and very quickly, you will tell them, yes, I am the ultimate VO survivor.
Woohoo!
Fabulous Jen. Please welcome Avery Luna to the mic.
You better.
Turn that camera on, Avery.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Make sure you guys got your cameras on.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy, all your life they're gonna tell you you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, or you're not talented enough, until all those no's become just meaningless. I mean, all your life they're gonna tell you no, quite firmly and sometimes very quickly. But you are gonna tell them yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Thank you, Avery. Rory Barnett, are you there?
I am.
Give us a taste.
All your life, they'll say, you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough. Until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you, no! Quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them, yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Woohoo!
Rory. Is Laura K Welsh in the house?
You know it. I is here.
Hit it.
Oh, is my camera not working?
Where are you? There you are.
We see you. I see you.
Oh, scared myself.
We got you now. We got you.
Okay, I'm here now. All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Woohoo!
Nice, Laura. All right. He's a man from tomorrow. Here's Stephen Bones.
Thank you. All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Stephen. Jamey Lewis, up to the mic.
Sure, here we go. All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them, yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Jamey. Up next, Memo Sauceda.
Woohoo! Memo.
All your life, they will say you're not good enough, strong enough, or talented enough, until all the no's become meaningless. All your life, they will tell you no, quite firmly and very quickly. You will tell them yes, the ultimate VO survivor.
Way to take notes, Memo. Good job. Holy snap.
We're there.
Jan Henry.
Did we lose
Jen
John?
Henry.
No, I'm here. That was quick. Okay. Dear Jennifer, all your life, they will say you're not good enough, not strong enough, or talented enough. Understand, until all those no's become meaningless, all your life, they will tell you no. So quite firmly and quite quickly, you will tell them yes! Love, the ultimate VO survivor.
Woo! Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Fine. Things just got real, didn't they, folks?
Yes, let's get very real. We have 15 minutes. Let's get very real.
All right, congratulations, everyone. Truly amazeballs. You made the judges' jobs very, 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 very difficult right now. Yay! All right, it's time to finalize your votes, dear judges.
Well, actually, we're going to throw you for a wrench for a second, Mr. Mike.
Wait a sec.
I know. We didn't tell you, Mr. Mike. We're sorry in advance. Notice my American sorry there, folks.
Sorry.
You know, we're going to throw them a curveball, aren't we, Elley?
No, I said we were going to do it. It's in your script. You just don't see it.
Is it the speed read thing?
Yeah.
You hateful people!
Oh, yeah. Now, did everybody get their speed read script? So just for the folks at home, so you guys know, we have not told the contestants about something we've just kind of thrown at them while they've been in the green room. So they have had little time to prep this last script that we're going to speed read through. Now, we won't see the announcer on those at home. There's an announcer that's actually in there. Now, Mr. Mike, do you have that script in front of you? I was hoping maybe you could read that first part and you could be the announcer for the first contestant that goes. And then they can hear the reactions of what they're reacting to. Did you get that one?
I think I have. Is that the live show speed
read?
Gonna have to move it with the speed talkers doing the speed talkers.
Should say Honda.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Mr. Mike, we put it in the chat like 6 times. Go grab that.
He's been a little busy.
Look at this beautiful room. Give yourselves a hand, everybody. Good job.
All right.
Guys, keep on time.
I got to read this.
Can you do it? You just have to do the announcer, and they'll do the speed talker.
Oh, wait. No, wait a sec. There's no announcer here. Where's the announcer?
Okay, so you're on the wrong script. Okay, let's just have them do the speed reads then, just for time's sake, guys. So just know at home, there's an announcer that fits in and asks the speed talker these questions. So that's what these speed talkers are responding to. You guys only have to do the speed talker part. And then, if you want to just call them in random order, Mr. Mike, just make sure we're covering everybody. We'll get them to go, okay?
Wait, I found it. All right.
You found it. Look at you go.
Yeah,
so why don't you call the first person up? You pick whatever order you want. You call that first person up, and you can read the announcer for them. And then the rest of them, you'll just read the speed reader for time's sake.
Deb, you call them up.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's get Joshua Gray up there.
You there, Joshua?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready to go.
Here we go. This is cold read and take one. The Honda model clear out is still on, and our 2021s are going fast. So, to tell you the offer before they're gone, here's a champion speed talker.
Thanks for having me lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus.
Oh, didn't catch a word of that. Did you say lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus?
I absolutely positively did.
I'll have to take your word for it. Well, all of your words are actually, well, all of your words, actually, Mr. Speed Talker.
Includes Friday Freeze for 60 months. It's Texas Extra OACC Honda Ontario.com.
Didn't understand a damn thing.
Awesome job, Joshua. Okay,
Good
so
job,
now
Joshua.
Mr. Mike isn't going to read the announcer anymore, guys. So when we call you up, you're just going to read Speed Talker. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, Rory Barnett, you're up.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're too kind. Thanks for having me. Oh, yes, sorry. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Awesome. And Jamey Lewis.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan for just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Awesome. And Bella Sapphire.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes and extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Atta girl. All right, Stephen Bones.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freights and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Way to go. Stephen Bones. Jaime Wells.
Follow that up. Thanks for having me. Lease a 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Awesome, Jamie. And Jen Lawton-Hunt. Sorry.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan for just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woo!
Oh, wow.
And Avery Luna.
Oh, it's me. I gotta stand up now. Coming in. Okay. Hey, thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan for just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes and extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Good stuff. Jen Henry. Oh, you might be muted. Oh, no, there you go.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX for just $55 at 1.99% for zero. Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX for just $55 weekly at 1.99% and 0%. Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan for just $55 weekly at 1.99% zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
For you folks at home, this
you
is
know
not...
that's the whole goal, right? Is so we can stumble you guys. Nice
Mission
job.
accomplished.
That was awesome. Oh my God, that's so fun. These speed reads are so fun, right? All right, JDK.
Thanks for having me. This is 2021 Civic LX sedan for just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Oh my God, I love the speed reads. Doug Bartling Jr. Oh, did I get you already? Yeah, sorry. Did we do you already? No, we haven't, right? Okay, sorry.
Nope. Memo.
Go ahead.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan for just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Awesome job.
Laura and Memo left.
And Laura Welsh. Or Memo. Oh, so Memo. Right, Memo, sorry.
Memo.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic LX sedan from just $55 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes flight and fees for 60 months. Taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Oh my gosh, great variety.
Disclaimer play right there. You have a career in disclaimers.
Yeah, right there for sure. And Laura K Welsh.
Great job.
Thanks for having me. Lease the 2021 Civic Elley sedan from just $55 weekly at 199% and 0 down, which includes the $750 Civic bonus. I absolutely positively did. Includes freight and fees for 60 months. Taxes extra OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Woohoo! Such a mouthful. Oh my gosh. Is that everybody?
I have a tongue. I still have a tongue.
That's everybody.
Give yourselves a hand. That was a crazy round. That's a crazy round.
Yeah, give yourself a hand.
Outstanding.
Everybody, so awesome. Really great job every
That
single
was intense.
That was awesome, you guys. Good job.
intense. I feel like I want to pee. Like, oh, stresses me out. I remember doing that spot. It just about killed me.
I hear it every day for 25 years.
Oh,
Right?
Just,
Yeah.
it's
That
so
explains a
good.
lot, Cliff.
That's the funny thing is when you're a fast talker, it can be enjoyable, but when you're not, it's not something you specialize in ever. But in cars, it's something we have to do all the time. Good job, you guys. Give yourselves a huge hand. Hopefully the audience at home is enjoying it. I know we have a bit of echo out there on the feed, so we'll try and fix that up for next episode, but tech happens. Mr. Mike, why don't you, we're going to play our Get Mike commercial here, and then we'll get you to wrap up the show. And we'll come right back after this commercial break, guys. So just hang on for a minute, hang tight in the room. Just go up a little bit higher there, Amanda, and you'll find that Get Mike commercial's just up in the middle there. Here, I'll grab it right there. All right, here we go.
It's the start of a new day.
At a company that's always looking ahead.
Breaking new grounds. Digging deeper. Going farther.
Reaching higher.
Reaching higher.
Reaching higher.
Defining definition.
While redefining ourselves.
Today, like every day,
we push the boundaries even further.
Even further. Even further.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
And we're back. And Get Mike commercial still didn't play. It was the promo commercial. I love the love of technology. We'll get that right next time, guys. You'll see our infamous, much anticipated Get Mike commercial that is going to come eventually on your TV shows. Mr. Mike, why don't you take over and help us close this show? Thank you all for joining us.
I have to say, J. Michael Collins, Cliff Zellman, Deb Munro, and Elley Ray, you have your work cut out for you. Oh, these guys made it very difficult to really come up with the right thing, the right person, the right read. But you know what? Amazing jobs. So judges, go to your scorecards, check your notes, and make your final decision. The blood, sweat, and tears all comes down to this moment where the total shall be tallied and the top scored points will determine our winner, who will walk away with the ultimate prize. Who will walk away with the ultimate prize? I don't know. Give us your thoughts, folks at home. We'd love to hear from you. And just to keep you committed to the show, each week we will announce the winner of this category, commercial promo, at a later date. Yeah, sneaky little devils, especially those two down in the corner and the two sitting next to them, those crazy people. And, oh, look, J. Michael Collins is killing another lobster. It's amazing. Yeah, stay tuned and let's give everyone a big hand for an absolutely incredible job in the voice realm. Sheer magic. From everyone here at the Virtual Sky Pod, this is Get Mic'd. And the entire team of the Ultimate VO Survivor, Take 2, signing off and wishing everyone to stay safe, stay creative, and see you at the mic. Good night from Mr. Mike.
Woohoo, Mr. Mike. Give it up for Mr. Mike, everybody.
Mr.
We're back. The Ultimate VO Survivor. Take 2.
Look at our incredible lineup of sponsors. Get mic'd. JMC Demos, One Voice USA, Cast Voices, Mark Grau, Tony Daniels, Gravy for the Brain, Voice Acting Academy, Dan Leonard, Voiceover Extra, Smells Like Puppets, Voice 123, Voice Island. The Shepherd Agency, Micmacs, Roman VO, Electric Lips, Closing Credits, Icon Productions, Sean Daly, The VO Meter Podcast, Amazing Demos, Imagine Media, Mavo, Kim Handysides, Andy Krieger, Mocap U, Daryl Hogan, The Infinity Forge Studios, Kate Ashby Academy, Mealy Hutton Coaching Sheridan, The Voice Realm, Studio Bricks, Heo Kaimu Orchid Farm, La Lapidus, Voiceover Network, George Whittam, Coor VO, KH Casting, Antland Productions Uncle Roy, Joshua Alexander, Sound for VO, Killer Gin Games, Rob Skiglin Paglia, Mark Cashman, Don Harvey, Voice Talent Online, Francois Balthazar, Bootleg, The Band, Live-O, Takeover, and VO Heaven.
You're going to be singing, you're going to be dancing, you're going to be dying, you're going to be blowing up, you're going to be flying through the air, you're going to be doing a million things. Didn't work for me.
Huh? Was it you? Is it over? Are we off?